And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more I Wanna Be the Chibi, hopefully for the last time. I'm right on the final boss, but it's taking a while to be beaten. So yeah, I just hope that it doesn't take that long. And yesterday I wasn't even aware that it took an hour and a half. Well, it took an hour and a half to fight him, because obviously I didn't win. So it took more than I expected. That's usually how it goes with boss fights. Like, time really goes by flying when you are fighting a boss, regardless of in which game. When you're fighting a boss, it really feels like time doesn't flow the same. Like, it just feels faster. It really feels faster. I thought it was like half an hour that probably I got stuck with him, but no. A full hour and a half just for free. Just like that, an hour and a half of unadulterated try-harding. Nothing more, nothing less, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright. I wanted to try if fucking around in the middle is gonna help. But when he's far, the buttons bounce. So the buttons bouncing makes it useless, being there or not. That's the main issue. The other thing that I can do, which is what I did at the beginning, is just chilling on the corner. Because that way, well, that way I will still get hit by the aim ones. But most of them I can just push them away. Actually, well, see, that's the issue. When you have that glitch happen, there's absolutely nothing you can do. It's unpredictable. Or theoretically predictable, but I'm personally not thinking of the platforms when I see these blocks. It's quite annoying. But I have a feeling that I might just be very bad at this boss fight. I don't think the boss itself is that hard. I'm just not good at it. I don't know what I'm not good at, but I'm just not good at it. Because I don't think it's supposed to be that hard. Because like right now, with the amount of time that it's taking me, it feels like I'm fighting a Boshi boss. And it's obviously not that hard, so there has to be something that I'm doing wrong in terms of playing badly. I think in terms of strats, I'm doing what I can. It's here, the issue when that side gets filled, there's not much you can do. At least it seems that the buttons are only shot to the side, they don't seem to be shot below you. The stylus are shot there though, so gotta be careful with those. Well, not to mention that if you want to damage this guy, you need to go up, so it's not like you can dodge them down there forever. But yeah, it's not fully aimed. It's only an issue when you're on the sides. If you're in the center, they can hit you when they bounce, but at that point you can react to it. Well, in fact, I will say that the Game Boy Advance is clearly the hardest phase here. There is no doubt. Like, if the Nintendo DS was the second phase, I might have been able to memorize it by now. I memorize what's the optimal platform to get into and stuff like that. I have a feeling that I will have. The Game Boy Advance being the second one means two things. Well, it means that the DS is gonna be the last one, but it also means that you're very rarely gonna get to the DS. Well, if the roles were reversed, it would probably be worse, because having the DS as the second phase, I mean, it's not free. But then you have the Advance as the third phase, and it's the hardest one. So I don't know if the roles were reversed, if it will be harder. It would be nice to experiment. I mean, also part of the reason why the Nintendo DS phase is so hard is because of all of the buttons that accumulate in the corner. It's something that wouldn't happen if the Game Boy Advance didn't do that. Didn't summon those many buttons that are hard to hit. But yeah, I think that if the DS was the second phase instead, it might be easier, actually. Since the main obstacle of the DS wouldn't even be there. And then the Game Boy Advance is just the same it is here. Which means that even if it takes a little, I can beat it. Yeah. And I feel like the first attempts that I got to the DS, I didn't really have that many buttons on the corner. Which means that I completely threw it in those attempts. They had quite a big opportunity and I just blew it. I think. I can't remember how my first attempts went, but I think they went better button-wise. I don't know what I did different. I think I stayed a lot in the corner, but I don't see how that is beneficial. I mean, I guess a lot of buttons bounce off the corner instead of just staying there. And well, the fact that I'm at the leftmost position means that any button that is on the ground level basically goes to the right. So I understand that. Well, I should probably try doing that. But as you also saw in that previous attempt, some buttons decide to bounce in a very awkward way. I don't mean that, that's just a glitch, but like bouncing in the corner and losing all height. Instead of having height, they go straight to the ground like they never had any height. That's not really a bug, that's understandable, the physics doing that. I mean, if an object bounces off a corner, it's not gonna bounce high, it's gonna bounce low. That's understandable. So that's the only danger that I need to deal with if I stay on the corner. Well, that and obviously the platform glitch. The platform glitch is just annoying regardless of where you are, though. It can happen anywhere. It's also important when you finish the Game Boy phase, because depending on that, it's gonna make the platforms spawn in a certain spot or not. And depending on that, you can get the button glitch or not. Like, for example, there, I feel like if I finish the Game Boy phase too fast, there is gonna be that one button that will always land on the platform and then glitch. I don't want that. Seems like it's what wants to happen. So I know that it isn't, but for some reason this song reminds me a lot of Mega Man boss theme. Like, if you told me that this is a Mega Man boss theme, considering my lack of memory, I will believe you. But no, it isn't. I don't know where it is from though. Assuming that the background is from Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe the song is also from Yu-Gi-Oh. Never play Yu-Gi-Oh, so don't really plan on playing it either. But not the biggest fan of card games, really, I gotta say. Well, especially playing Yu-Gi-Oh in a Game Boy, I feel like it's not the smartest idea. At least not in this day and age, when there are so many better alternatives. So I guess it's interesting to know how many people play this type of games, right? This type of games that are basically an equivalent to the modern release, but just in an older platform. Well, though I will be speaking without knowing, because maybe rules change, I don't know. But I want to believe that something like Yu-Gi-Oh that is so rule-based probably should be the same regardless of which platform it is, aside from the card pool, obviously. The cards that release today are not gonna be in a game released in the 90s. But yeah, I will assume that the basic rules work the same, right? Okay, this is a good opportunity though. The way the DS shoots the buttons is still very dangerous, regardless of what you do. The stylus was very close. Oh, I wasn't expecting the DS to shoot the button that low. I was gonna shoot it higher, but no. Not sure how smart of an idea will be staying in the corner there. Because the DS shoots buttons there, but does it ever shoots them straight into the corner? Because if it doesn't, I can just stay on the corner and sweep the screen like that, right? Couldn't that work? I'm feeling that should work. But hopefully it does. Oh, I forgot. I'm in the middle of the screen. It's actually... I thought it was gonna be such a better strategy, but staying in the middle of the screen for the Game Boy Advance is a terrible idea. It's actually very bad. You want to stay in the corner and pray for no wacky bounces or glitches. That thing bounced right in the corner. Holy shit. How unlucky. That's also something that pisses me off a lot. You shoot a lot, but the ball doesn't get hit a single time. I mean, I should have jumped a little bit. That is true. I feel like that previous attempt was the one to the one to beat, but it didn't happen. One that I got to the DS with no buttons on the side, that one was the attempt, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. But man, the Game Boy Advance phase is super hard. It really, well, will be more fitting as the last one, simply because the gameplay related stuff, no? Not because it will make sense for the DS to show before the Game Boy Advance. We gotta be thankful this game wasn't made in like 2018 or something. We'll have the DS, the 3DS, and the Switch. We wouldn't want that. I think that already three handhelds is enough. Also gotta be thankful that the Game Boy Color wasn't one of them. We got spare of that one. Could have been a lot worse. Well, here the platform spawn is gonna change. Not like it matters though. It does not matter at all. And you know, I'm surprised that sort of glitch is not something you found while testing, because it happens almost every time, especially if you try to make this as fast as you can. It happens so often. Or maybe he knows it happened and he doesn't give a shit, which is also a very big possibility. Hey Kyle, how is it going? I wonder how many devs probably notice bugs, and because they might be painful to fix, they never do so. And they just hope for the players to never find them. Wonder if that was the case here. So I really cannot imagine that by testing this fight you never encounter that bug. There is no chance you never encounter this bug while testing this fight. I just don't believe it. Or maybe it's a feature. Might be a feature. I refuse to believe you never found this glitch. So you probably did, and you thought it was too painful to fix it and you didn't. But yeah, pretty nice of you. I mean, I have a feeling that to not find about this glitch, you will have to have tested this like once, like one attempt only. I cannot imagine how. Oh, these things can bounce in the corner actually. Well, that's bad. Those were a lot of hits, bro. Oh, nice bounces, god damn it. Ah, fuck. I really wish the hell bars were a standard. But I mean, I think it wasn't even a thing in the original I Wanna Be the Guy, was it? I don't think it was a standard. You should shoot the boss until it went down. It's just one of those things that we can blame the original for. I mean, it's not like you need a hell bar in itself. It doesn't have to be a hell bar. At least a visual indicator of how close you are, right? That's something that even very old games do. Even going as far as games like Space Harrier. Space Harrier is quite an old game at this point. It feels like it's random every time. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a name shot. It's not RNG. It's actually aim. It feels like no matter what I do, it never goes where I predict it to go. Like, it always goes in a different way. But I don't think it's random, so I guess I'm just not seeing it right. Like, I'm not predicting the trajectory correctly. No, I didn't pull for that character. I cannot imagine a more unappealing character to me than that one, so no. I have zero reason to pull for that character. Well, I don't know who Kusha from Final Fantasy IX is. Hey, what am I doing? No, it's basically a character that I don't see any reason to like. It has no redeeming qualities. I just don't see a single, aside from gameplay related reasons. Apparently she's a very strong DPS, I guess. Aside from that, I cannot imagine a single reason to pull for her. There is just no reason. But yeah, I mean, it's a character that at least existed in the lore for quite some time, so I guess most of it is anticipation more than anything. But yeah, no, there is no reason to pull for Arlecchino for me. May as well be throwing my pulls to the garbage. Yeah, I can see why it's appealing to a lot of people, but no, it's not for me. It wasn't made for me. It's well, as I said it yesterday, it's a character with global appeal. Anyone can like it. But yeah, I don't. I could like her if they made her likable, but not even that. Not even personality-wise she's likable. There's nothing to like for me. Wow, nice glitch. Wait. Yet again, I don't know why, but like this shit, like these days are weird when it comes to the weather. I don't know what's wrong with it, but they really need to patch it. The weather is not working properly. But yeah, I cannot use that heavy ass coat apparently. Even though it is cold today, but not now. Apparently today, right now, on this very moment, is not cold. I mean, I have the whole room closed, that's also true, but come on, dude. There were other days that I had my room closed, and it was still cold. No, not today. Today it doesn't feel like being cold. miss a lot of shots. What a boss. Now, it will be pretty interesting if I cannot beat this thing today. Because if I cannot beat this thing today, this is basically a Solgreen boss in terms of difficulty. I didn't imagine that a shitty ass game like this one will have a Solgreen level boss. It's the reason why I think that I'm doing something wrong. This boss cannot be that hard. There's something that I'm messing up and I don't know what it is. This boss is not meant to be hard. There is no way it's that hard. Something is wrong with me. I don't know what. It's that I just cannot spam well. Though that's also... that's another Solgreen level stuff. Not being able to spam well. That's something that makes some Boshi bosses impossible. Well, actually, you can say it makes two Boshi bosses impossible. If you cannot mash fast enough, you have Ryu when Dhalsim approaches the screen. And then you have Mega Man. They are both bosses that if you cannot spam fast enough, it's impossible to win. Because unlike the other ones, those like in the case of the other bosses, if you spam faster, they die faster, which means that you also don't need to dodge as many patterns. But in the case of Ryu and Mega Man, you need to spam fast enough, or you are not beating it. You are just not beating it. Not a matter of beating it fast or slow. No, you are not beating them. So yeah, I wouldn't want. Obviously, it's not the case here. Clearly, the point is that I wouldn't want mashing to be my biggest problem here, because that's a problem I cannot solve. I cannot mash faster than this. Like, I'm pretty sure that the last phase, the Nintendo DS phase, like, it's one of those phases that you probably will beat in a single cycle, assuming you can mash fast enough. But I cannot. That's the problem. And since it doesn't fight back like the Mario boss, it's not really that hard. Though that's an interesting thing to know, actually. Like, will it have another pseudo phase? Like, when you deal enough damage, will the DS start shooting back or something when you shoot at it? I mean, I really hope not, but it could be. It could be the case. I wouldn't like it. I think it is very possible. But he wouldn't do that, right? He wouldn't be that cruel. There is no way. He wouldn't do such cruelty, surely. Ooh, I don't know how I didn't get hit by that. Still not enough. No, not there. Still not enough. Are we done? Well, there you have it. And that was a pain in the ass, but I guess it ended up working. I wish I could read the name of this guy, but I cannot read kanjis. I don't know if he did that on purpose or what, like putting all those kanjis in the name. Yeah, I didn't get double KO, though getting double KO there is super easy, actually. And this is the lobby. Here you can select to go anywhere you want. And as you can see, this is one of the secret items. I only got one and I'm not gonna get the other ones. Apparently, the reward for getting all of the secrets is that you unlock a boss rush. Now, getting a boss rush in a game like this, I cannot imagine anything more unappealing, so I don't care. Well, aside from that, I also don't really care about secrets either. But yeah, I guess we beat it. So GG's. That was I Wanna Be the Chibi. At least I was able to experience a classic fun game, though. Yeah, that unfortunately that final boss I didn't like it, but I guess the rest of the game. I mean, I don't like trap games, but knowing that this is a trap game, I think that it was okay. The traps weren't really any creative at all, but it's okay for what it is, which is like a 15-year-old fun game. So, you know, I give it my half approval, I guess. But yeah, good stuff.